Hey Design Nation, in this session you're going to learn how to make flippable dynamic blocks in AutoCAD. So today we're going to construct a door and we're going to change the location of the swing. So first I'm going to start to draw. I'm going to choose 0, 0, 0, the base point. We're going to make this jam 2 by 4. So 2, C for close. We're going to make this door 3 foot by 6. We're going to make it 2 inches wide. Bring this back down. Use some inferencing and C for close. Draw a circle for the arc of the door, the swing. Take this, CO for copy. Move it all the way across to this intersection. And then TR for trim. And there we go. There's our door. Now I'm going to select the door, type block to make it a block, and specify my base point on screen and change the name to door 3 foot 6 in for inches. Select this point down here to set my base point. I'm going to left click on the door and then right click and go to block editor. So now we're in the block editor. You can see this authoring palette came up. That's what we're going to use to construct the dynamic block. If for some reason your block authoring palette didn't show up, if it wasn't here, you can type B author palette. You'll see it comes up here, and that'll pop that back up. You can also find these actions in your ribbon if you have that. But for this, we're just going to use this palette. So we're going to go to the Parameters tab. We're going to select Flip. We're going to come to our door, and we're going to select the middle of this jam and put the flip state over here. I'm going to take this arrow and move it to the center of the door. So I'm going to move it over 1 foot 9. And then I'm also going to make another flip state in the center of this door. So flip, I'm going to go up vertically and specify label location, just click. So then I'll select this, hit M for move, and move this over 1 foot 9. 1 foot 9. Okay, so we're good. I'm going to move this arrow up to about the middle of the door, so it's just easy to click on. And now you can see that my 2 flip states have these warnings. That's basically say, hey, you don't have an action applied to us. So we're going to apply an action. We're going to go to Actions, and we're going to choose Flip. Once we choose Flip, it's asking us to select a parameter. So we made these 2 parameters, and we're just going to select one of them. Now that I've selected the parameter, it's prompting me to select objects. So this is the mirror line. So whatever objects I select are going to be reflected to the opposite side of that. So the objects I'm going to select is this swing and this door. And I can't forget to select this little guy. And because I also want this flip state, I want this arrow, whenever something gets mirrored across this line, I want this arrow to go with it. I'm also going to select that arrow and then right click, and we're good. You can see that the attention icon that is on this flip state disappeared from this one. So I'm going to select this flip action, select this flip state number 2. It's going to ask for objects again, and I'm going to select the door, the same door that I just selected. I don't need to select the door jam in either of these states because these are going to stay the same no matter what for this particular block. But after I've selected my door, I'm going to right click and we're good to go. I'm going to head to Test Block, select my door, and you can see that my arrows are here. So if I select this arrow, it's going to flip, and you can see that I actually missed this portion. But I'm just going to continue to test and make sure that everything else is okay. And it looks like it. I just missed a little piece. And that's perfectly fine. I'm going to close the test block, And you can see if you go over this action, you can see that line isn't dotted. So I'm going to click on this, action selection, modify selection, and it says select object to add to action set, or R for remove, essentially. I'm going to just add this line and then right click and hit enter. When I go back to my test block, you can see now it should be fixed, and we're good to go. I'm going to close the test block, close the block editor when it asks me to save. Of course I want to save, and now I'm back in my model space. If you notice, when I drew the block in the block editor, I drew everything on layer 0. That's a good way to draw blocks like this, because now I can select this block, and when I go to my layer, I can go to a door, and it will change the color of my door and change that, so I know that it's on this layer. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Pulled in and some cars backed in, and the variety of color changes, you can get a really dynamic feel without having a ton of different models. So this is kind of like a fancy little